Hi, Sam.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for coming in today and having a chat to us about your Fox business. It's a casual chat, so just a conversation as to how you began and what made you join Fox, etc. But first, can you just let us know which territory where your business is based?
Yeah, so I'm in Knox.
Knox? Okay.
So covering Montana South,
Okay.
that Knox area,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, excellent. And when did you first start? How long have you been operating
I
for?
started on April 26th, 4 years ago. So it's about
Oh,
four and a
wow.
half years,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Mm.
And how did you come to learn about fox mowing in the first place? Were you already looking?
Yeah, initially I was looking for a change of career.
Mm.
I'd come from a financial services background and
Mm-hmm.
was just looking for a job, a career or a job
Mm.
change where I had a little bit more control in regards to my work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
I always enjoyed mowing my own lawn, so it's got to start from somewhere. And so yeah, just did a little bit of research, bit of due diligence, and asked a few questions, and got on
Mm.
Google and made some phone calls, and
Mm.
and before I knew it, I was involved in a process and came and met you guys.
Mm.
And away we went.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah,
So did you talk to any of our competitors, or did you just come straight to us?
initially I made an inquiry with Jim's Mowing,
Mm-hmm.
and and someone from Jim's came out and spoke to me, and I did a ride along day with Jim's. But of course, I always thought that it'd be a good idea to go and compare the market, so to
Good idea.
speak.
Yeah.
So Fox was another company that I like the look of. The branding looked great and probably captured my eye from there, and obviously made the inquiry and away we went. So
Excellent.
just in regards to choosing one over the other, I just
Mm.
felt Fox was a better fit for me,
Mm.
and I just didn't want to be another Jim's trailer
I like
out on
that.
the road. Yeah.
So did you compare like cost structures between us and gyms? What else did you look at when you were looking at your due diligence
Yeah,
and
well, cost
comparing?
obviously.
Mm.
To be able to buy in obviously was a lot more affordable for me at the
Mm.
time with Fox. I thought it was a reasonable amount to buy in. The fact that also I like the fact working for a smaller, more the way I saw it was more boutique,
Mm.
family environment,
Mm.
family
Oriental.
operated,
Mm.
business was appealing to me as well, and not just being another number. So I weighed all them up, weighed up the cost to buy into gyms versus the
Mm.
cost of Fox, but also went on did the ride along days with them as well, and
Mm.
I had two different experiences there. I felt I had a better experience with Fox
Oh, that's good.
on the day. So there was a few things that were swaying me to in the end decide to come over to Fox, but
Mm.
yeah, I looked across everything
Oh,
to
excellent.
try and compare as much as I could.
Yeah. And how long before you made that decision? Once you had that comparison,
Yep.
was it a matter of resigning, or did you take a bit of time to get on board?
Well, I procrastinated probably for a
Mm.
certain amount of time before I actually made the phone call to start inquiring. But
Mm.
once I sort of inquired and then read up, did a bit of research, then went out with you guys and saw that this is the sort of job that I'd like to get into. It didn't take much time after all from that point on.
Mm.
So we got the wheels in motion pretty quick, and then it was just about organising an exit strategy out
Mm.
my then
Mm.
employer, and giving them enough notice, and then planning then all the things that need to be planned
Mm-hmm.
to start up with Fox, because I've actually had to start from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
car, trailer,
Mm-hmm.
equipment, etc. I
Mm.
had nothing,
No.
so that took a little bit of time, but
Yeah.
once we got going, the
Mm.
wheels got in motion, happened pretty quick.
And did you have to do all of that yourself, or were there any support? Did we support you in getting your business structure set up, etc.?
Yeah, well, that was imperative for me
Mm.
coming from someone that
Mm.
had never sort of done this sort of work before. That to
Mm.
have my hand held
Mm.
by the franchise was really important, especially for me early, to give me the confidence that I'd be set up properly.
Mm.
I'd have everything that I
Mm.
needed to get going and
Mm.
succeed early.
Mm.
So that was that was very helpful for you guys to hold my hand early on in the process and get going. Yeah.
Oh, good. And when on the first day, if you don't mind sharing with us, on the first day of when you first started with literally going out to work,
Yeah.
how did you find that day?
Very overwhelming. Probably, overwhelming is probably the biggest word. It was like, okay, well, we're on now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I didn't, lacked a bit of self-confidence at the start. I certainly never questioned that I couldn't do it. It was just getting into the habits of what I needed to do to do the job well. But what I did find pretty early was a lot of it is just around being organised, having great communication, treating each client, with respect, and remembering what it's like to be a customer myself.
Very important.
And they're the sort of things that, I mean, these are just common sense things that I brought, to the role. To treat people the way you'd like to be treated. When you're expecting someone to come to your house to do a job for you, expect them to be on time, and et cetera, et cetera. And that's sort of how I look at it when I go to someone else's house. So that's just probably a little bit of common sense stuff, though. Yeah.
Did you find that you had to wait long before leads started coming through?
No, not really. I remember, so you guys looked after me with some clients early days, which was great to get me started. And from then, once the leads were turned on, it was go time. So I spent the first probably 3 or 4 months just going wherever the leads were taking me, which was fine. But then, sort of once you start investing in your business with your Instagram and your social media, and you start letting all your contacts know that this is what you're doing, the phone starts ringing quicker than you think.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. So can you remember, was it when you first started, was it in summer or was it I can't remember. April?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were going into winter.
Yep.
How did you find that winter, the first winter?
I think it was good because everyone told me that it'd be slow in winter, so that's probably exactly what I needed. To take my time, to not be run off my feet, but to give me a good grounding leading up to my first spring. So I think the timing starting in autumn was beneficial. And I remember on my first or second day, I remember ringing Ian. I didn't know how to replace the line in my brush cutter. I had no idea how to do that. So we sorted that out. So you guys were literally holding my hand nice and early.
Good.
So I think the fact that we weren't busy allowed me to be able to learn on the go as well. So I could get up to speed, get myself going once spring comes.
Yeah.
And
And I guess that's why we have the turnover guarantee, so that it helps you know that if you do need it, you can rely on it.
Yep.
Did you need to use the turnover guarantee?
I didn't personally. I had enough work early days to cover that, so I didn't need to. But what it did do, it gives you peace of mind in case, because I'm sure everyone's different, and everyone will get their round going at different speeds. So I think it was good to know for me personally that it was there. It was peace of mind, just in case I did need to use it. But fortunately, I didn't have to. I had enough going on early enough to keep me going.
Yeah. And how did you find that first spring? Was it what you expected?
Yes and no. I suppose you don't know until you're actually in on it and you're doing it. But I was given a bit of a heads up that it was crazy time, and I read all the newsletters and all. I took in a lot of information about what it was going to be like. But yeah, it's good. You're busy, but you're very active. You do come home, fatigued by the end of the week, but you know that you've done a great job and you've got through so many jobs, and you can enjoy your weekend and then get into it again on the Monday. But I became fitter. You're working outside. I started losing weight automatically, just by doing it. We didn't even know it was happening. So there's lots of pros to being busy as well, losing a bit of weight, being outside. So it was a good time of year to work actually.
Oh, good. If I can take you back to your training days, you went out with Jason and at the time Anthony.
Yes.
Were there anything during the training day that you thought, oh, I should have been trained on this, or I should have been trained on that? Did anything go through your mind at the time, or was there anything that you would have liked to have seen included in the training?
No, I don't think so. It was very thorough compared to the training I'd had at an existing company. The guys took the time. I mean, I understand too that I'm slotting into their busy day, and they're balancing servicing that client whilst giving me a tutorial. So there's a bit going on. But no, I personally was able to have an experience, pushing the mower, experiencing the tools, getting an idea of how their day works, sort of, in what order of things they do things. So all this was new information for me.
Yeah.
So it was a lot to take in, but it was beneficial. The best thing was those guys made themselves available afterwards. So anything I didn't pick up on my day with them, I was always able to follow up. And Anthony was great in that area, especially too. He gave me a lot of literature that he prepared for guys, which helped me, where to go buy things, links for different things, and, which was really beneficial early.
So Sam, would you mind sharing your first year's turnover? Do you remember going back to year one?
I reckon it was around 85,000 from year one. I think rings a bell.
And was that a full year? No, it would have been April.
April to no, it's my first full year.
First full year.
I don't know from April to June 30.
Yeah, let's look at your first full year.
Yeah, I think it was around the 80 to 85. Yeah, which was totally fine for me at the time.
Because your goal in coming on board was really you just wanted a lifestyle change, wasn't it? I think making the money was important,
Correct,
but the lifestyle change made a big difference.
That was the key. That was the number one reason. I didn't come to try and build an empire and have 3 or 4 vans on the road and have employees. That was never my intention. My intention was to get a bit of time back, to be able to make enough money for our household to be able to function, and get time back at home and with a young family. And there's a lot of stuff that I do outside of work as well that gives me time to be able to do that. So that's the reason why I got into it, and that's the reason why I continue to do it.
Yeah, and like today, you finished work at what, 2:30?
Yeah.
What time did you start?
8.
8?
Yeah.
So not a full day.
No.
And did you achieve what you wanted to achieve in the day?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
Good.
Yeah.
So now after this, you're going to head off and do something a bit more personal.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So I'm involved in local sport, community football, which anyone who sort of knows it takes a lot of time. But I wouldn't be able to do the role that I do if I had the job that I had previously. It just wouldn't work. So that's why working with Fox and doing what I do now allows me to do other things as well. So it gives me a bit of a balance.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So do you find that in terms of community work, do you often find that any of the younger guys, is it in footy that you train? How old are they?
Yeah, so they're all, so it's open age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're all 18.
Yeah.
18. And so there's different sort of ages, So there's some young guys that are already gardeners
Oh, really?
at the footy club as well. So
That's good. So you're able to give them some advice if they came to you?
Yeah, well, it's something to talk about. It's an icebreaker, that's for sure too. So we share not only the sport that we have in common as well, but we can talk about work and what equipment they may run with, and whether they're going to batch. There's always something to talk about. What are they paying for X amount of tip fees or whatever. So
Oh, that's good.
It's a conversation seems to flow.
Yeah. That's really good to know that you can actually, obviously have your lifestyle back. That's a big thing. What did Lauren think when you first thought about joining Fox?
She's very supportive. So I think she was getting a bit annoyed with me due to the fact that I would talk about it, but never do anything about it. So in the end, she was pivotal in pushing me to at least go and explore it.
Oh, that's
and
good.
it's been probably the best decision we've made, not only personally but as a family. It's given us the flexibility to spend more time together and share more time with our young son as well. So she's very supportive. So I'm very lucky that I've got a wife that supports me. So
no, that's excellent. We often find that partners, whether it's a male or female, that do come to meetings or have been to any of our events, whether it's a Christmas function or whatever, we often find that people with partners who are a little bit more supportive, that their business is a little bit more successful.
Right.
Because,
what helps?
Well, it does. So how has our support as franchisors helped you to grow your business, and what specific resources or tools have been the most effective for you?
Like I said earlier, for someone like me coming into an industry I knew nothing about, just having that support and having someone to hold your hand especially early on, has been, very beneficial to me. Knowing that I have support and someone that I can contact when I need to, and I did utilise you guys nice and early in the piece to get myself up and going. Look, the newsletters are full of great information as well. There's great support for the franchisors as well in regards to some of the awards that get given, which I was lucky enough to win one at one
did?
point.
Yep. Two.
Oh, did I? Two.
I think you won two, didn't you? Pretty
Yes,
sure you
I
won
know.
two.
Yes, yeah. So they're all great little things to be recognised within the company as well. And I suppose for me in my journey now, I don't rely on you guys as such anymore, just because I'm self-sufficient now. But one thing I do know is that you guys are always in the background in case I need to reach out.
Yeah.
So that's all. That's good to know as well.
Yeah. So how has your experience owning a Fox franchise? How has it been compared to your expectations before you bought in?
I must admit, I didn't have any high expectations because I didn't know
Yes.
a hell of a lot about it. What I did was, and something probably, once I got going, I believed that I could run my own business, and I felt if I put the effort in and the time and was organised, that it would succeed. So whilst I didn't have any expectations at the start, I did expect myself to get up and going. So I did back myself in that regard.
Oh, perfect.
So sometimes I think, and that's probably just the sort of person I am, to have zero expectations, so you don't get too disappointed, do you? So that's sort of how I handled it. But it's good to be supported along the way. And to get going, yeah.
Well, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? You've got to back yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't back yourself, nobody else can back you.
That's true. Yeah, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink either. Right? So you got to, and in the end, that's probably I had to. Once I decided that I was all in, you're all in. So you got to push it forward, and it's actually the drive comes from the fact that this is yours, and you're responsible for myself. I need to get out there and hustle every day and get it going, and I think the motivation comes from that. You've got to get to work. So,
but you've also paid back a lot back into the business into our system because you've given a lot of the guys, a lot of the newer guys, jobs that you can't attend to, which we really appreciate. And for us, it's about building a community, which we find that our franchise owners are doing. They've been able to help build this community, and so we're thankful that you help us through it as well. It goes both ways.
Yeah, well, it does go both ways, but I think the reason why I do that as well is because I remember what it was like to start, and I know that a new person is ego keen and will go anywhere, and if I don't have the time, why waste a lead? We can keep it within the business and give someone else an opportunity to kickstart their round. The same way it happened to me, I was handed some clients at the start to keep me going, so it's just it's paying it forward, really, isn't it? So,
yeah, no, we appreciate it. In your opinion, what do you think sets Fox Mowing apart from other similar businesses? Do you feel like it was a smart investment on your part?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, hence the reason why I'm still here, and I don't plan to go anywhere anytime soon. I enjoy working for the brand. I think what sets us apart is a lot of things. I think we're more personable. I like the fact that we're a little bit smaller than some of the bigger companies, so it's more intimate in regards to the relationships within the business. So they're the main things. Entry is the entry in. I found affordable, so it's fair pricing. We don't get charged for leads and things, which I know other companies do. So I think that's a great opportunity to save some money for guys that come on board. There's plenty of work. You guys are working hard in the background to make sure that that work's coming through to us. So there's really not much more we really need other than you use all those things to help your business grow. But ideally, at the end of the day, it's up to the individual. What they do with those things, they can take those things and be successful.
So I know that you referred or you spoke to a personal friend about Fox.
Yep.
And what advice would you give them in terms of how to go about selecting where they want to slot in, whether they buy Fox franchise or go out on their own,
Yep.
or go with another franchise? How would you?
Well, I suppose I've had plenty of conversations with some guys that have inquired, have seen how I've been going, and I suppose that's where the initial interest comes from, because there's a lot of people sitting there thinking, oh, you know, I'd like to do that, or you know, if I can do it, they can do it, sort of thing, which is totally fair. But one thing I'll always say to them is I'll give them my experience. So my experience might necessarily be the same as someone else's, but I tell them this is what I experienced. This is the reason why I like working here. This is the reason why I like doing what I do. These are the things that gives me back. If these are the sorts of things you're looking for, then this is a good fit for you. So it's pretty simple advice. And the other thing I say is back yourself in. You can do it. I can do it. It's easier now from my seat because I've been doing it for a few years now. But sometimes people just need a little bit of a push. But in regards to so they can see from the way that I talk about this business and my business that I'm enthusiastic, and I think that gives them a good feeling that joining us would be beneficial to them because they want to be the same. So, but yeah, like I said, I don't. There's nothing in it for me to try and recruit franchises. I don't get any benefit other than the fact that I like telling people all the positive things that have happened to me by joining here. And if that marries up to what they're looking for, then it's a good selection for them. So that's normally what I would say to them.
Well, we get a lot of it. We get a lot from it because not only do we get a potential franchise owner, but we also get somebody that we know that you wouldn't refer if you didn't think that they were capable.
Correct, yeah.
Or if you didn't have, because at the end of the day, they're going to be running the same brand as you, and they have to uphold their brand the way you've upheld yours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that you have to go, so thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate the support. Thank you, Zan.
Thank you very much. Cheers.